Everyone, this is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Come on in, come on in. Today we're going to talk about leads. Leads are everywhere, right? You can door knock them, you can buy them, you collect them. How many of you like to collect leads, right? We collect them, we call them, we don't call them, we stick them in our CRM, and our unconverted lead list gets bigger and bigger and bigger inside our database. Our unconverted lead database becomes humongous. Today we're going to talk about how do we convert these leads? How do we not just buy leads, collect leads, and do nothing with them? Please check in with Craig Proctor here today. Let me know what city you sell real estate in, and we'll get started. Again, today, this session is about how to stop losing your buyers and sellers to other agents. The money is in the follow-up, and this is what made me the #1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world. Was not just lead generation, it was all about follow-up, what to do with the leads. So let's talk about what you do with the leads. You call them, and what you've found recently is it's very difficult to get people on the phone, right? But you keep doing it anyway. By the way, that's a definition of a paradigm, right? We have these old paradigms. It's the way we've been brought up to do things. So when you got into real estate, they told you, generate leads. Today we buy leads, and you're told to call them on the phone. And the reason you call them is you think, well, if I get them on the phone, I can tell them about how great I am, meet with them, and hopefully get them to be a client. But here's your issue. You can't reach them on the phone because people are not answering the phone. Smash the like button. Let me know if that's true. Are you finding it very difficult to get buyers and sellers on the phone? And worse than that, if you're buying leads, they're not expecting a phone call from you. So when you do call, they're not qualified at all. They hang up on you. They're rude to you. So it's very, very tough. So we're going to talk about a better way to do this. Again, check in. Let me know what city that you sell real estate in. We get a lot of referrals here in Craig Proctor world. And if we're looking for someone in your area, we'll definitely get you on our list. Also, I have some important information. I'm going to give you a summary free of charge today. I'm going to give you a free report on how to set yourself apart from other agents and how to follow up with these leads, because everybody's buying leads. In fact, if you're buying leads from Zillow, they sell the same lead to 4 or 5 other real estate agents. So the first thing we need to decide is what is the best process when new leads come in, right? It can't be hither and there. We actually need to have a procedure in place, a systematic, automatic way to handle the new leads. Okay, we do not want to simply spend all our money generating leads, trying to call them on the phone. We don't reach them, and they go into your unconverted lead database, and they're there for the rest of time. The first thing I want to offer you is a script that works in every situation. We call it a universal callback script. The purpose of this script is for you and I to be able to get on the phone with a buyer or seller prospect and determine the most important things that we want to know about any prospect. Now, when I first got into real estate, I didn't know what I was doing, and I would spend 20 minutes on the phone with a prospect. How many of you are making this mistake? I thought it was about bonding, really getting to know them. What do they do for a living? How many kids do they have? I might even know the name of their dog. But the two big things I didn't know, what was their timing and were they motivated? How many of you would agree? Let me know in the comments below. How many of you agree that those, in fact, are the two most important things that we want to know about any prospect? Number one, are they motivated? Because if they're not motivated, it doesn't matter what their timing is. And number two, what is their timing? They could be motivated to buy or sell 2 years from now. That's not going to do us a lot of good. We're looking for people that want to do something now or in the near future. So let's agree that the prospects fall into 3 categories. They're either now business, they represent future business, or they represent no business at all. The purpose of the universal callback script is to determine which one that is in a couple minutes. Are you motivated? Are you not motivated? Are you going to do something now? Are you going to do something never? That's the purpose of the script. We're not on the phone for 20 minutes trying to be their best friend. The problem with being on the phone for 20 minutes is that means, do the math, you could only speak to 3 prospects every hour. That's not how you get rich selling real estate. With this universal callback script that I designed, you can literally get off the phone in 2 or 3 minutes with every prospect, and you will be able to determine whether they're motivated or not motivated, what their timing is. Okay, what is their motivation? What is their timing? Then after we determine whether they represent now business, future business, or no business at all, we can put them on the right plan. Obviously, if they're not motivated, they don't represent any business, their timing's way out 5 years, 10 years down the road. Personally, I'm just not going to follow up with them, right? However, wouldn't it be a perfect world if every buyer and seller we spoke to represented now business? Wouldn't that be awesome? We wouldn't need a follow-up system. We wouldn't need to do this training session today. If every buyer and seller that you spoke to said, yeah, man, I'm ready. I want to buy a house today, or I'm ready to sell my house, come and list it today. We know of 100% of the buyers and seller leads that we call, only a small percentage represent now business. Now, there is money in all the future prospects. In fact, I'm going to argue there's more money in the future prospects than there is in the now prospects. Why? Because there's way more of them. So you really don't need an awesome follow-up system for a seller that calls you today and says, I'm ready to list, or a buyer that says, I'm ready to buy right now. Let's go look at houses. Where you need my help is for the 80% of the prospects that you're generating that say to you, yes, I want to buy or sell, but I'm 3 months out, or I'm 6 months out, or I'm a year out. Now, those are the difficult ones. How many of you would agree? Let me know in the comments if that's the challenge, right? If they say, I want to list my house today, no brainer. You don't need a follow-up. There's no follow-up. It's like, go to their house and list the house. But that's not most of your business. Most of your business, the money is in the follow-up. However, most of the real estate agents I speak to have a weak or non-existent follow-up plan. What should a proper plan look like? Okay, number one, as I said, we're going to call them, and we're going to use a very specific script. It might sound boring that you're going to say the same things using this script to every buyer and seller, but it's highly effective. I know some of you are against that, like you want to use the wing it strategy. Trust me on this. When you're flying in an airplane, aren't you glad that the pilot follows a flight plan? When they fly to London, England, or wherever they have a flight plan, they do it the same way every single time. If you were having knee surgery, the surgeon would follow the plan for the knee surgery. We need to have a plan. It's called best practices. So we're going to use this script. It sounds like this. First of all, in Craig Proctor world, you are never going to do a cold call if you're with Craig Proctor. Completely unnecessary. What we do, what we teach agents, is how to offer things of value so the buyers and sellers come to you. Number one, if that was true, how many of you would agree that you would be positioned much better in the eyes of the prospect if they were chasing you instead of you chasing them? But even when they call you, you need to qualify them, right? You need to learn how to say the right things to very quickly determine their motivation and timing. Let's agree. Some of them are not motivated. Now, I don't care what some of these other trainers tell you about, well, we got 101 different scripts. Nope, you only need one that works. You don't need 101 different scripts. You just need one that actually works, right? One that makes sense to both you and it makes sense to the prospects. Another myth that they tell real estate agents is if you've got a silver tongue and you're really good on the phone, that you can talk them into it. Boulder Dash. Think about that. Is anyone going to talk you into selling your home? If you didn't want to sell your home, no one's going to talk you into it. If you don't want to buy a home, no one's going to talk you into it. So this whole idea of, we should talk to everybody and we should be really trying hard to, talk them into it. There is no talk. That's not the purpose of the universal callback script. We're not talking people into anything. It's impossible, first of all. The purpose of the universal callback script is to determine what their motivation and timing is. It's not to create motivation where motivation doesn't exist. Why? Because that's impossible. It's a lie they tell us. How many of you have talked somebody into selling their home that didn't want to sell? Impossible. So why do we keep doing that? So we're going to try to get them on the phone. Now that worked for a long, long time. It worked all through the 1980s, all through the 1990s, even the early 2000s. Then what happened? What happened then is prospects stop answering their phone. Now, you can fight me on this all you want, but honestly tell me in the comments below, you're a real estate agent, right? You should be answering your phone. But how many of you as real estate agents, let me know in the comments, you're even aggravated when you get phone calls? How many of you, the first thing you do when you get a phone call is you look at the caller ID and you're looking for a reason why to not answer this? Like, oh my God, who's bothering me now? So you're literally the same as your prospects. They look at the phone, they don't recognize the number, they see you're a realtor, they're probably not going to pick it up. So what do we do now? Well, we still try to call them because we will get some of them, that's the truth. But let's also agree it's getting more difficult to get them on the phone. What do we do next? As soon as the lead comes in, your CRM has programmed into it what we call an activity plan. So when the new lead comes in, wherever it comes in from, social media, doesn't matter, it comes into our CRM, it launches automatically the Craig Proctor follow-up plan. So they're going to get an email, and they're going to get a series of emails. Now, you're going to say, well, Craig, I've tried that before, and it doesn't work. That's because what you're saying in your email, the offer you're making in your email may not be effective, right? If what you're saying doesn't cause them to want to call you, then you would falsely assume, well, sending them emails doesn't work. Look at how you guys are watching me right now, right? You guys are watching me right now, and I'm giving you a really good presentation. I didn't call you at your house. Could you imagine if I called you? Hi, it's real estate coach Craig Proctor. I'm doing this thing on social media, and I'm training agents on how to better follow up with their leads. You would hang up on me, right? I got you to come to me. Now, you're still watching this, and whatever we are, we're like 20 minutes into this, you're still watching this because you like it. This is what we're going to teach you to do. So imagine a lead comes in, we send them out a bunch of emails and text messages. The words inside, the copy inside the emails and the text messages is really good. We're making offers. Also, there's a link. And when they click the link, there's a video of you doing exactly what I'm doing here today. And you're educating the buyers and sellers in your marketplace on who you are, what you've got, what you do for your clients, and what makes you different and better. And you're going to make a killer offer. What's a killer offer? Something that the buyers and sellers want so badly that they can't get it on their own. They can't do a Google search. They can't find the things that you're offering by themselves online. And what we're offering is not being offered by other real estate agents. The only way they can get it is from you. They can't get it for 2%, 4%. They can't get it from anybody else. Now, once they watch your video, just like all of you watching the video right now, you've been pixeled. How many of you are starting to see all kinds of Craig Proctor content because you've watched my prior information? So that's what happens. So does this make sense? This is how I'm going to help you follow up with your prospects and create omnipresence, right? Everyone's going to know in your marketplace that falls into your marketing trap is going to start to see you. They're going to start to see you on social media. They're going to see you in their inbox. They're going to get your text messages. We also can send out direct mail so you're in their mailbox. Now, it's more than just telling them, hey, I'm a real estate agent. That's not enough, and I'll explain why that's not enough. And by the way, if you like this, smash the like button. Smash the little blue like or the little heart. Give me a little heart, because that tells me and it tells Facebook that you really like this. And if Facebook sees a lot of interaction, they'll show this video to more real estate agents. They do that automatically. I'll teach you how to do the same thing. So we are going to bring in leads. We're going to try to call them with the script. We're probably not going to reach them, but if we do, great. If we don't, the automation will kick in. They'll get automated emails and text messages that link to very important videos. The prospects who watch your video, just like you're watching me right now, how many of you kind of feel like I sort of know Craig Proctor a little bit? I've got a feel for Craig's personality, or Craig Proctor, I believe, is somebody that could really help me, right? That is the positioning that you're going to create with your prospects. Now, obviously, you might say, well, what if they don't like me or they don't see what I have as valuable? Well, they're not going to call you. That's okay, right? You're not going to connect with everybody, and we don't need everybody. But if we can make the funnel big enough, if we can send your video out to enough buyers and sellers in your marketplace, there will be enough of them that watch your video they'll have a connection with you. It's crazy, but they kind of feel like they know you. And that's why when you get to their home, they're like, oh, I can't believe you're here today. Yeah, I see you all over the place. This is what we want to create. How many of you would agree that would be way easier? When you get into the foyer of their house and they're saying, oh my God, they're saying to their spouse, I can't believe you're here. We see you all over the place, right? They feel like they know you. You are literally pre-sold before you get to the kitchen table. This is the kind of marketing that I've been helping real estate agents use to make millions and millions of dollars. As you probably know, I've created more millionaire real estate agents, more millionaire agents than anybody else. I don't care what they tell you. More millionaires have been created using the Craig Proctor system in intellectual property than any other coach or trainer or mentor. If you look at the top agents in your marketplace, a good number of them will be involved with the Craig Proctor system, and they've been with me for a long, long time. So how many of you would be interested in getting the free report on how to do this? Okay, it's some information that I will give to you free of charge. We're not going to call you or anything. We don't have time. We have way too many agents coming to us. If you type in to the comments below, if you type in now, free report, if you type in free report, my office will get that out to you. Okay, we'll send you a link and you can go in and you can download I think it's like a 12-page report that summarizes what we've talked about. Shows you basically how to do what we're talking about. Now, if you really like this and you want to get more information on Craig Proctor and Craig Proctor coaching, the intellectual property that we offer, the Craig Proctor system, what you're best to do is book a call. And you can book a call if someone could type into the comments below, craigproctorcall.com. No spaces. So craigproctorcall.com. When you type that in, it's a clickable link. Now, you might think, well, if I click that link, what happens? Well, you go to my Acuity Daytimer and you book a day and a time that works. Oh my God, well, if I do that, am I going to be subjected to some kind of sales pitch? Not at all. I don't need to sell you anything. I sold over 10,000 homes, and I've been coaching real estate agents for the last 30 years, so I'm good. What this is about is you making a decision whether Craig can help you. Okay, now, we do a half-hour consultation with you. First of all, we start off by asking you where you are right now. Tell us how many homes you're selling, what's your life like in real estate, what are you doing, what's worked, what's not worked. Then we're going to ask you, what's your goal? So right now, if you're doing 25 transactions, you might say my goal is 50. Next question, well, why are you not already doing 50? You say you want to do 50, you're only doing 25. What's up with that? You'll tell us all the reasons that you're stuck at 25 and why you can't get to 50. And for free, we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to show you how to reach your goals. Now, you'll be so impressed by the conversation that many of you, you're not obligated to, but many of you will say, wow, I got so much great information in this half-hour consultation. Like, how many of you are agreeing right now that you're getting your money's worth today? How many of you are liking this because it makes sense? And the reason it makes sense is I sold 10,000 homes. I was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the entire world for commissions earned, and I did that within 3 years of having my real estate license. I had never sold anything in my life before. I didn't have any sales or marketing experience. I went from as dumb as a pile of rocks, didn't know what I was doing, to the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. It's very public, very well documented. If you're a skeptic, you go check it out. Now, understand, what I'm talking about has nothing to do with Craig Proctor the person. When I started to share my systematic way of making more money and working less with other real estate agents, here's what I discovered. They started to get this same kind of results that I was getting. In other words, my success has nothing to do with Craig Proctor the person. It has everything to do with the systematic way that I figured out to generate leads, convert leads, presentations, follow up, all these little systems. Now, you can figure this out by yourself. You can try to do this. Or you can get me helping you. There's lots of people that want to help you, right? The problem is most of the people that want to help you have no experience actually making millions of dollars a year. I get it. You go on to Facebook, and in your news feed, every single person is a coach. Every single person who's had limited success, or some of them have never even had a real estate license before, it's like, well, you know, the old saying, those that can do and those that can't teach. So everybody's throwing their hat in the ring. Anybody that can go rent a Ferrari or a Lamborghini for the day and stand in front of it and proclaim that they're an expert, they're all coaches. I get that. Look, let's say that you're into golfing or tennis. You want to get better, right? So what do? You look for a golf coach. Would you hire a golf coach that's never played the game? You wouldn't do that, right? You would want to know that your golf coach was an expert at what they did because they've actually played the game. They've done it. Every high-level superstar sports person has a coach, but so do business people. I have been the keynote speaker at Keller Williams, and Gary Keller's been the keynote speaker at Craig Proctor conferences. Gary Keller says, I have a number of coaches. Dave Linegar, the founder of Rebacks, he has coaches, okay? He's had several coaches. So that's what smart people do. Smart people don't try to invent the wheel. They look for people that have already solved the problem, right? They're trying to take a massive shortcut to success. So book yourself a call with me and my team. Go to CraigProctorCall.com. That's CraigProctorCall.com. And order this information, okay? Order the free, type in free report, and we'll send this out to you. One more thing I have for you. And by the way, if this has been helpful, let me know if you found this extremely helpful. I really appreciate that. If you can let me know in the comments, A, where do you sell real estate? What city are you from? Whether in the Canada or the United States, what city are you from? Number 2, did you find this extremely beneficial? Number 3, are you following my page? You're following my Facebook page. Turn on notifications. Make sure you follow me on social media. Why? Because if you enjoyed this, every time I go live, you'll see it in your newsfeed. You'll get notified. Craig Proctor is going live. And if you really enjoyed this, please smash the like button, right? Or give me a little heart. I much appreciate that. The last thing I have for you here today is how many of you would like to be part of my private Facebook group? So I have this ginormous private Facebook group. It's called Rich Agent Secrets. And we have about 8,000 top agents from all over the world inside the Craig Proctor private Facebook group. Now, it is in my best interest, okay, full disclosure, to have you as part of this group. Why? Because you might be skeptical. It sounds too good to be true, right? I get it. You've tried other coaches before. It hasn't worked. Coaching's a scam. I've heard all this stuff before. Please set aside any disbelief you have and speak to Craig Proctor system members. I interviewed one yesterday, and this gentleman's name's Jason Clark. Jason moved to a brand new marketplace, got his real estate license, got involved with the Craig Proctor system. He went from $100,000 the first year to $200,000 the next year to $500,000 the next year. And this year, he's going to do over $1 million. Never sold real estate before, didn't know anyone in this city, moved to a brand new city where he didn't know anybody. So, friends, family, referrals, that even wasn't part of the game. I want to introduce you inside this private Facebook group to Craig Proctor Millionaire Agents all over the United States and Canada. That'll provide the social proof. So you see, there's a method behind my madness. I don't expect you to believe me. What I want you to do is talk to hundreds or thousands of other successful Craig Proctor members. So you know what? This is for me. This is real. It doesn't matter whether I'm a man or I'm a woman or I'm younger, I'm older, I'm in a big city, a small marketplace, West Coast, East Coast, whether I'm in Canada, the United States, or Mexico, it doesn't matter. We have superstars, Craig Proctor superstars all over the world. All you have today to say is maybe. Just say maybe. So please book your call. Go to CraigProctorCall.com. Again, if someone could type that into the link, the comments below, CraigProctorCall.com. And private group. If you want to be part of the private group. And if you want the free report, you type in free report. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching this today. I am your coach, your real estate coach, Craig Proctor. Take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's gonna let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.